Okay. The stream should be going. I'm gonna count on you guys to tell me whether or not it's actually going, though.
Alright, hold on.
Right.
Alright, it looks like it's going.
Yay. And you see, you can't color black. You see, this is the best part about having a character that's basically all one color. What you do is you do that, and then you go in here, and you do this. And then you go back down here and do this.
You could
Ta-da!
Yeah, but you still need the thing.
Yes, I know. You see, that's why you do this after all the rest of the shading is finished.
I Am Boot is it has arrived.
Oh, it's you again.
It is the boot.
Boot.
It is the
I'm gonna
boot.
change the background.
We have Stalker.
Yes, we have. I have a stalker. But yeah, we can change.
Now we heard.
We can change it.
Ah, it's a Venom Neko.
Yes.
Tis me, I Am Boot says.
Yeah. I guess the bluish will work. The bluish will work here. What was that, Chase?
Oh, wait, I'm an idiot. There. So how was the Eminem's new latest hit?
Eminem?
Nobody listens to normie music.
I'm talking about Venom, the stupid music song. It's
Oh.
The song that I took away was the song called "The Royal We," which played during the ending credits, and that one wasn't by Eminem.
Huh.
Basically, I just like. I mean, I'm sure. Yeah, I think Eminem definitely did have a song in the movie, but that's not the one I remembered. The fact that the song was called "The Royal We" is what I took away from it, and so that's the one I decided to look up afterward. And it's okay.
I Am Boot says I had a lot of fun at the JoJo panel he posted.
Yeah, I should hope so. I'm happy that the person who was watching and/or reviewing / monitoring it appreciated the fact that we picked up all the candy wrappers afterward.
Hey, maybe now they'll actually
Maybe now
let us come back next year.
Maybe they'll want me back. Yes, us. That is true. We are Venom.
Oh, right. It's your panel. My bad.
Well, I run it, but everybody else who is involved is incredibly helpful, and I feel bad when I don't credit other people because it would not be possible without the assistance of various friends and family, and I appreciate that. I made sure to mention as much at least at the end of the video. And you can't just use straight up white, you gotta use a different color. Or at least make it slightly darker so that you can add a white shine to it in a little while. Here we go.
Alright, that's right, I was going
Knock,
to
knock, the devil, man.
Okay, let's
Yeah, too bad we didn't get to Suzy Q. Or Voodoo Kingdom.
Yeah.
But that's what happens when you only have an hour instead of an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Everybody still seemed to have fun.
Yeah. Why is that tongue white?
Because pink looks weird and I can always change it. And does it really look white because it's, well, yeah.
Yeah, it does look white.
Good. That's fine. I can always change the color. Welcome to the process. And the good news is, at least I will be able to finish this one, and I might be able to at least, do the lines on one of the other ones as well. If more people come in and decide that they want to choose which one I work on next, because I got 2 other ones that I can work on after Venom is done. I'm not doing that this time. I'm not making puns out of all the characters' names and stuff like that. Not this time. There, that's a little less white.
Yeah.
Welcome to the stream. Where we talk about apparently nothing right now.
I am not good at hyper-realism.
I haven't tried it in a while. I keep saying that if somebody, gave me a reason to, I would probably draw hyper-realistic, but I think that that's just me making an excuse to keep drawing stupid things like Venom Neckos. Speaking of which, I'm
Nothing.
I don't remember.
That's it. I'm drawing style. That's it. I don't care.
Oh no, don't do this to me now. Sometimes my tablet does this thing where it hates to, use the pressure sensitive setting, so I keep on having to use smaller and smaller pens, smaller and smaller brushes in order to be able to fill in smaller and smaller spaces.
So again with Stardew Valley, I looked it up and it was definitely rated AO. And that is, I mean, I don't know.
What's that stand for? Adults only?
Yeah. I don't know if I don't know if you're okay with that, but if you want to spin that wheel, we can play and expose your audience to potatoes and turnips, parsnips. I don't think there are any turnips.
Did you do anything else at Yama? Says the boat.
Oh.
Asks the boat, actually.
Went to, spent a lot of time in the dealer's hall. Got some Animu. Picked up the first volume of the I Shield 21 manga, which I have to pick up and read again because I know I'm going to want to get the rest of it again. Randomly leave it back at my parents' house for my sisters to pick up and start reading. Because the only reason they didn't start reading it the first time was because the first volume wasn't in the library system. So, it is time for sabotage.
I Am Boot asks, don't you mean mashed potatoes? Only if you buy the DLC.
Only if you buy the DLC are mashed potatoes included. Well, let's
The ratings board said no. Not even for NC-17. That's a movie rating. Not even for AO. NC-17's movie ratings. Oh, those are for the really edgy movies from Europe.
I'm gonna have fun here. The inside of his mouth is gonna be blue.
And most NC-17 movies are just... you can tell they were created because someone wanted to go there. Not because they just happen to contain things that got them the NC-17 rating. Like, oh, this movie...
They made it so that it would... They made it intentionally so that it would be that.
NC-17, yeah.
Yep. Somebody went in and said, I want to make a movie that will be rated NC-17. And that's what happened.
Yeah.
They want gratuitous sexual content, excessive violence, and other stuff.
Yeah. Baby puncher.
This is good.
Baby puncher. The new. It's just an hour of some dude walking around with a GoPro. And it's just like 10 minutes of that, but then like 20 minutes of the police tackling him. And the rest of the movie is him sitting in a cell. It's just called Baby Puncher. I just wanted to be subversive, okay? I just wanted to push the limits. Of what? Punching babies? Oh, Jigglypuff. Yeah. I don't know, that Jigglypuff looks kind of creepy.
Well, Jigglypuff always look kind of creepy if you ask me.
Oh, it looks even creepier now with the realistic fur. Well, Pikachu. I was digging the way Pikachu looked. Very cute. And that actually makes me want a Pikachu even more. But that Jigglypuff, that's the devil right there.
I'd say Mr. Mime is the evil.
Oh, I like the Mr. Mime bit. I like like, don't do it! And it fits on the wall. Yeah, it looks decent. It looks okay. Not a lot of Pokemon in the trailer, though.
I saw Greninja.
Actually, there was.
Greninja.
Surprising amount of
Greninja.
I disagree. I don't think. I think there needed to be like a Machamp working the police desk. He's just trying to feed his family. Little Machokes. And little Machops. Female Machamp. Looks exactly the same.
Yes.
That was kind of disturbing. Female Pikachu just has like a heart tail.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
In the original sprite, wasn't it just like a little divot in the tail?
No.
It was always hearts?
No, that didn't happen until Gen 4.
Oh, really? Gen 2 was when they started differentiating between the genders of certain Pokemon using physical differences, besides the Nidos, right?
Gen 4.
Oh, Gen 4 is when they started that?
Gen 2 is when they introduced the entire concept.
Ah.
Gen 4 is when they did the differences.
Ah, okay.
The Meeping, the new scary movie of 2018. I am Boot.
The Meeping?
The Meeping.
Meep. Meeps. Meeps. Right, I like how he's looking so far, not gonna lie.
I think that what would be the perfect spooky? I think if we made a movie about waiting in line at the DMV, that would spook a lot of people. DMV, we're stuck in a time loop, and we're just sitting here, and maybe some guy gets and thinks that like there are people like after him in DMV, and this is like an old lady in the corner, waiting to transfer her car title over to her son or something. The guy's like there so long that he's just like he's having hallucinations, and the lady pulls like a hand out of her purse and starts eating the hand.
Oh dear, the DM.
Reality, it's like some hard candy. I mean, it's an old person, so it's got to be hard candy. Can't be like normal food, like a sandwich. Oh, I guess I can finish that comic that I was doing.
You were making a comic?
It's a Lionel Johnson one, and in the book, which one was it? It was one of the Horus Heresy ones.
Delete.
Angels of Calaman? Oh, just a second. I think it might still be up on YouTube. Because people like freaking putting bootlegs on YouTube. Let me find it.
I look over at my phone and I'm just seeing that Jigglypuff. And it looks to be a very angry Jigglypuff.
Yeah, that is a very, very angry Jigglypuff. Uh-oh. I think they took all the 40K books off of YouTube.
Again?
Well, I gotta wait for a month for them all to be uploaded again.
Yes, it is very... Oh, Mary, did you not remember that from the anime?
The angry Jigglypuff?
Yeah.
No, I remember the Jigglypuff that would go around and sing, and then everybody would fall asleep because that's what Jigglypuffs...
Draw on their faces.
Yep, they would fall asleep, and Jigglypuff would get mad and draw on their faces with a marker that was inside of its microphone.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, this book, he's Lionel Johnson. He gets into this. Well, the ship is invaded. By the Gellerfield fails, and then the ship is invaded by a bunch of demons.
Okay.
And right, so this was after the Emperor declared magic, quote unquote, banned in the Imperium. So one of the ex-librarians, they used magic against one of the demons, and the Lionel Johnson comes in. One of the chaplains has the librarian by the scruff of the neck, about to whack him in the head, with his Crozius, which is basically like a power mace.
Mm-hmm.
And there's like a big argument, and he's like, "Well, the chaplain's like, but the Emperor says the rules," and Lionel Johnson's like, "Well, it works, right?" And everything looks like it's about to cool down, right? Mm-hmm. Someone else's. The librarian's like, okay, I'll submit for a sanction. Let's all calm down. And just like all of a sudden, everything's calmed down. Lionel Johnson just strides forward and punches the chaplain's head apart. Pops his head like a grape. It was a completely Well, it was an unnecessary use of force to calm down the situation. Lionel Johnson just punches this chaplain in the right in the head, and it makes his head explode. And yeah, I was drawing a comic of it, because they're doing really stupid things. Like the other thing was he was told we're trying to find Conrad Kurz and a crazy boy. Yeah, he has no lips. They make sure you know that he has no lips because he's crazy. Crazy people don't have lips. Well, they were trying to find Conrad Kurz because he was going around and being crazy, and Sanguinius said, told him, it's like, you cannot bombard it, because Lionel Johnson wanted to bombard an entire half of a continent to take out.
Yeah, you told me about this before.
It's like, oh well, we'll just nuke it from orbit, and Sanguinius is like, you're not doing this, and Gilliman's like, this is my planet. You can't do this. This is part of Ultramar. You don't make bad choices, Lionel. And Lionel's like, all right, I won't launch an attack from. I won't bombard the planet from orbit. Almost like he's making sure, you know, what the parameters of that edict were. I will not bombard the planet from orbit. So he talks to his tech priest, and not his tech priest, but his tech marine, and his tech marine's like, oh, so we can just load nuclear weapons on the drop pods, and it's technically not a bombardment, it's technically a deployment. Ha-ha! So yeah, they nuke half of a continent, and they end up not killing him. They kill tens of thousands of people. It's like, oh no, don't worry about that. Iron Boot says it's Demon's Gem.
It is Demon's Gem!
It's Demon's Gem!
Actually, this is Venom. He is not a demon, he is an alien. Thing.
It identifies as he.
It identifies as he. He is a black, gooey alien.
He's a Clintar from the planet, also Clintar.
Clintar is a lame name. I'm just gonna keep calling it a symbiote.
That's what the canon says.
Mary, you have to roll the R and stretch the L. Clintar.
No, boo.
I bet that sounds horrible.
Probably.
Why is there a picture of raw chicken in my pictures folder?
I don't know. Why do you have a picture of a raw chicken in your pictures folder,
It's just
Kenyatta?
raw chicken. Like, why is there raw chicken in the pictures folder?
No, that's my question now.
I don't know. Don't make me accountable for the choices that I make.
What?
Is it something we have to sacrifice to the elder gods in order to not get sick because it's cold and flu season?
Iron Boot says, why do you give us such a raw deal? You know, I don't know. I could put cooked chicken in there, and then it will technically be a cooked deal.
Is that no?
Oh, there's a picture of a potato
God,
in here too. There is a picture of a potato in my pictures folder as well.
Oh no.
Just called potato. Just called potato.
Kenyatta, are you making dinner?
No, I'm not making. I already ate dinner.
But why do you have all that other stuff if you aren't making dinner?
I have the Kate NPC meme that I did last time.
Which is now
Very dank.
Oh well, I guess I'm just gonna have to get rid of that, I guess. Already.
And the way I draw Lionel Johnson, he just has like this blank, unaware, like look in his eyes. Like all the other characters have pupils, and he just like yeah, I draw him like I draw my my chaos gods without pupils, just kind of blankly, no expression. What did I do wrong? I do not understand.
You're a crazy boy.
He's not. He's just. He was raised by wolves. Oh no, that's Lehman Russ was raised by wolves, and he turned out better than Lionel Johnson. Lionel Johnson was raised, or he grew up alone in the woods. That's it. And he no one around, and he doesn't know how to people. That's Lionel Johnson's quirk. He doesn't know how to people.
He does not know how to people.
I Am Boot is posted a picture of chicken and fries emojis. Thank you. I have a poorly drawn Lord Beerus in here from one of the Between Secrets.
I suppose this will have to work. I like how grody the symbiote looks in the symbiotes look in the Venom movie.
But it's not. It's supposed to look like liquid.
I don't care. It looks gross.
Carnage is supposed to look like bile. Because Carnage is blood.
Carnage is red, bile is yellow.
Well, bloody bile.
That sounds unpleasant. Well, I know Carnage is supposed to be unpleasant, but still.
Also, Carnage is supposed to be one of the first symbiotes that actually goes into the bloodstream and actually, like, takes apart the entire body of its host.
Yeah, no, they just applied a bit of Carnage to all the symbiotes. Which is weird, because later on, Venom effectively hops through a couple of hosts without killing them. So I'm going to say that he managed to just adjust completely to the conditions of Earth bodies. So the movie kind of contradicts itself like that. You know, like he's a normal symbiote.
Or they're just morons.
Yes. That is true.
And they just wanted a fun thing. Oh, son of a bitch.
Oh, little dog.
There's a lot of memes in here, I gotta tell you. I have like several pictures of Alex Jones just making really weird faces. Oh,
So yeah, think very hard about the obvious joke that can be made, man. Okay. Ancient Magus Bride.
I get it.
Oh, we were talking about that the other day.
Yes.
What was it? She was, they asking whether or not she was going to, like, be eaten at some point by this guy.
Oh yeah, I was talking about, the theory that Elias is a Wendigo.
Well, it makes sense.
Yeah, I was explaining how it makes sense.
Yeah. Well, I would explain why literally everyone despises him, because Wendigos are pretty much give off this entire, hey, we're disgusting, we're foul, don't trust us aura. Why no one knows what he is, because again, they're American and they're not exactly known to travel. his freaky appearance with the freaking skull that's horned, and why he apparently knows the flesh of humans.
Yep. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I've eaten people in the past. Okay, good to know. Good to know, Elias. Okay, we're just gonna turn that down a little bit and attempt to start the shading.
Fairies. Fairies. Spelled in the English way of spelling fairies.
Fae. Yep.
Fairies. Fairies.
Babies. Ah. Gosh dang it. I hate myself. These lines are gonna get completely messed up. Okay. Can I go back? Can I undo all the brushes? Most of them. This is supposed to be easy. Guess who's gotta get rid of some extra lines? Yay! Any other lines I can't trust myself with? Oh, look, there's a bunch of them. Gosh dang it.
So yeah, I was going to draw Elias putting salting Chisei?
Yes.
That's how you pronounce it? Chisei?
Yes.
Not chis?
No.
Chice?
No.
Going to salt. Well, anyway, I was going to draw him salting chice when she wasn't looking. So, there we go. It's just adding a little bit of seasoning.
That doesn't sound like something that would go unappreciated by the fan base.
Blue Hawaii says hello.
Blue Hawaii! Oh dear. I'm guessing whether or not... Is that a JoJo reference? Because I know what that stand is, and I know what it does. And I know I've mentioned that I don't like what it does.
What is Blue Hawaii?
It's kind of like a one-man zombie apocalypse. It's a stand.
Hold on, I'll look it up.
It's a long-distance stand, and long-distance stands are always really fun because they are exceptionally difficult to get rid of. Speaking of which, one of my favorite parts in Part 5 is already over. It was a couple of weeks ago, but the part where Giorno kills Polpo by turning a revolver into a banana, that was always one of my favorite bits from Part 5.
Something I completely missed.
Sounds hilarious.
It is!
It is. And the best part, Kenyatta, is everyone thinks he committed suicide because there's no way that it can be murder.
The best part is everyone thinks it was suicide. Oh yeah, Polpo's dead. What?
So explain this. They turn a gun into a banana,
Yep.
right? So the guy picked up a banana to eat. The banana accidentally shot himself.
Yep.
Okay, here's how it goes. He's eating the banana, and then he hears a click and goes,
What was that noise?
"What the hell?" Whatever. Then he puts the banana, because instead of, cutting it and stuff, he just, does the...
Peels
the
it.
point.
Eats it like a monkey.
So when he chomps, he feels hardness, and then the gun immediately turns into a banana, and the trigger pulls.
No, the banana turns back into a gun, and the trigger pulls, and he blows his brains out. There's a black blob on the screen, followed by a slightly red spray. Because in Japan and censoring. An uncensored version will come out eventually.
The Japanese have really weird ideas about what should be censored.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's not go too in depth about that in this stream.
Yes.
But in case I didn't say it, welcome to the stream, Blue Hawaii. I'm drawing Venom somewhat, and now that I have all the lines on the right layer, I should finally be able to start shading the rest of him. And then when he's done, we get to choose whether or not I do Genji or Kakyoin next.
So I can't help but notice I was ignored. So I'll take that as your answer.
Yeah, we'll try to. Well, yep, there we go. The clock was going off, so Kenyatta has gone mute for the few seconds that the clock will be chiming. No, it's bothering me. Gosh dang it.
I will steal its batteries. One of these days, I'm going to hide the batteries.
Time to do this again. Anyway,
No terrible joke for me.
Is it PG? Can you keep the joke PG? Because we've kind of been off the subject for a little while.
I'll just put it in the chat, and none of you repeat it.
Okay, okay.
I'll repeat it.
Okay, Mary, I'll put it in your chat.
Well, I mean, it's not like Kenyatta has seen the ancient Mega Sprite anyway.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good show. It looks pretty while it's animated and when it's standing still.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll make it more of a grayish color just so that we can. There we go. And I'm not gonna say that the reason I decided to go see Venom last Friday night has anything to do with this picture, but that may be implied.
Mm-hmm.
But if you decide to draw that picture, Kenyatta, I will definitely favorite it and repost it on Twitter and stuff, and totally promote you.
Oh no. Oh boy.
There we go.
Oh, this guy sucks.
Well, this sucks.
You know what? The drawing and art by one for One Punch Man is also not of the beautiful persuasion.
Yeah, but that it is not.
And that's okay.
Yeah, it's best to keep that joke off the stream.
I'm
No!
not going to repeat it.
You promise?
No, I'm just joking. I am totally going to. I'm going to blurt it out.
And I will let Chase determine whether or not he wants to share it.
Yeah, but he doesn't think I'm going to keep it on the down low though. So.
Which is why I just asked you to promise, because if you promise, then we will believe you.
Okay.
I promise.
You can show it to him after your stream is done.
Oh, then we're gonna forget by that time. Oh no! This is not on the wrong layer. This is not on the wrong layer. It's on the first layer. How, who, what, when, where, how, and why. Oh, that's... Oh, good. This is supposed to be one of the easier ones to do, darn it. And I keep freaking out about the layers. Oh wait, that's right. That's another thing I gotta work on. The English finale of Angels of Death comes out tomorrow.
Are those horns? Or are those...
They're claws.
What is that?
They're claws. Or are we talking
Like,
about
there
something
claws
else?
on his head?
No, these are his feet.
No. Oh, I'm sorry. I was talking about Elias.
Oh yeah, those are horns.
Oh yeah, those are horns. Yes, horns.
Odd looking horns. I'm gonna need it on a picture. Oh boy. Please, no rules. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Well, that's not really rude, but alright. Okay. Drawing this on paper because I draw better on paper.
Oh, it's just like using one of those those stringless tablets is just like drawing on paper. Lies.
It's just...
Chat, I'm a very cynical person. I express discomfort in comedy. If you haven't noticed.
Huh. I guess, well then, Kenyatta, I'm very sure you're not uncomfortable often. I screwed that up.
No, I'm not uncomfortable often. That never happens. Never ever.
Never, ever, ever, and all forever, never. Okay, now maybe we can get somewhere. Make it work. Make it work.
I just thought of what was that movie? Surf's Up. They go to the island. There's this chickens, right? And they have the dude in the rooster in the pot, and or no, there was the tribal penguins. That's right. The tribal penguins have the chicken dude in the pot. And then he's like, "Oh, they're making me a bath, man! Yum 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 yum." That's what this reminds me of. I'm gonna put her in a pot. Oh, what are these bath salts?
Oh, what was I saying? I have,
I'm not gonna do that. Hold on. Might have people... Hold on. No, I'm not doing that. Never mind.
Oh, poor
I'm
kid.
gonna have him seasoning her or something. From behind. She's reading a book.
Let's see. Because of that misunderstanding, I now feel the need to make a creature where you distinctly describe them as having claws on their head.
What the frick is that game? No,
Okay.
wait, that wouldn't work either because that's not claws, that's teeth.
Dark
Head
Souls.
teeth.
It's always Dark Souls.
No, it's one of the weird things where they do. Okay, first off, it's a deadly sin, gluttony, and the entire point is it's got mouths and maws all over the place.
Of course it does.
But it's actually that, like, its claws and hands are actually just a opened mouth. That it just, like, it's actually not as disgusting as I'm making it sound. It's like...
Darksiders?
No. Definitely not. But it's like Mary, it like puts its hands together and like if you do a stupid thing where you like make it like a shadow puppet mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Like it looks like hands normally, but when it puts it together, then it becomes a maw.
Interessante.
And like that's like a mouth can suddenly appear wherever, and that's what gluttony is. And also, I'd like to appreciate that it's a gluttony that's not a fat man.
think I know what you're talking about, but I need to confirm it.
Kenyatta has an idea.
Are you talking about Dante's Inferno?
One moment. No. No. It looked like a normal beast. It looked like kind of like a werewolf man.
Then Bloodborne.
Nope.
And then Kenyatta just randomly starts listing off video games that sound like they could possibly have what Chase is talking about in it.
Nope, but you're not far off. There are like 3 bosses that do exactly what I said in there. And enemies.
No, it's gluttony. There aren't any. This is like pagan Polish mythology, not like modern Christian stuff. I need to read the Witcher books.
I always just thought The Witcher was a video game.
No, it's a video game based on a book series.
Interesting. I'm trying.
Time travel in it.
Time travel.
And the author hates why everybody loves Triss.
Triss is awful. Triss is the devil.
Oh, good. The author likes you. The author hates making Triss.
Wasn't the author trying to sue the?
Yeah.
Trying to sue, yeah.
Trying to sue for.
But But you gave them permission.
He's kind of a jerk, from what I understand.
Mm-hmm.
He's like an old jerk.
Mm-hmm.
But the books are good.
Was it something that I can ask what it's about on stream?
The Witcher?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So this guy is he's a monster hunter.
Witchers
that is kind of like they're enhanced with magic. Magic in this universe is like our universe is science. So people that practice magic also practice like biology.
What is this?
And they understand how cells and things like that work. So he's basically a super soldier that enhanced with magic.
Fixed it.
It's just basically a storybook series about a super soldier dude, and it's basically his bizarre adventures.
He hunts monsters and he does stuff.
And he tries to find his adopted daughter, I think.
Demon hunting.
But she travels through time.
And space.
And space.
Also his...
On purpose? Is she traveling through time and space on purpose?
Yeah, sometimes.
Okay.
She has flimsy control over it. The freaking game said that one time she like popped into like a Star Wars like universe.
I think time travel often ruins universe. Like once you like.
When you use it as a cop-out to make things right, then yes, it is. Unless you have time
It ruined Star Wars.
I have a feeling that 40K is really close to doing that. Because they're getting... The Imperium is getting a little bit chummy with the Necrons. And the Necrons can time travel. And he's like, oh, this is what we'll do. We'll just go kill Horus before he kills the Emperor. Haha. The end. let's look at the chat.
Yes, please.
The music.
Thank you. I hate this song.
I'm Boot, still giving me an excuse to stay up on a school night to search for shiny Pokemon.
Are you searching for shiny Pokemon?
How are you searching for shiny Pokemon? Speaking of shiny Pokemon,
I am
Mary,
Boot says that she is on the roof looking for Pokemon or somewhere dangerous that will make you angry.
Kenyatta is lying.
No, Chase. No. I was lying.
Yes.
That's what that was.
And you were terrible at it. You should be ashamed.
Let's see if I can
Be more clever with your lies.
I like how you're like the only person who thinks I'm trying to lie.
I like how you don't get the entire point. I'm saying, good God, man. Good God, man. Have some dignity. Be clever with it.
I am enjoying the snow. Thank you very much. Says I am Boot. Has it started snowing here yet?
Is it? Oh no.
I don't know. I'm gonna look outside. Oh, here it comes.
I did get a couple of likes on my tweet the other day when I asked, okay, what in the name of hell, Michigan is this? And it was like, there was a blanket of snow. At first I thought, oh, snow, okay, snow, interesting. And then it was like, oh gosh, it's sticking to the ground. It's sticking to the ground.
It's snowing right now. It's coming.
To fix.
I'm having trouble with his horns. They're very difficult to draw. They're the Yemenite not the Yemenite goat horns. They do the swirly thing.
Yeah. They have distinctly mentioned that Elias's head is supposed to be a dog skull.
It's a dog skull.
And more points for the Wendigo theory.
Oh, was Chase going to ask me something about shiny Pokemon?
Oh yeah. How's that going on for you?
Well, outside of Community Day, I haven't caught any more. On Go. Haven't been able to...
so you haven't done Y yet.
No, I haven't found the time. I need to borrow one of my little brother's, DS.
Oh, shite, you don't even have one of those. You need a 3DS, by the way.
He'll give me one. It's got like a broken L button or something like that, but I've been told that that's not necessary? Question mark? Let's see if I can't fix this guy. I'm putting Venom to the green here. And I feel bad about it.
So I thought he was just a regular lich that just like put a skull on his head. Like he lost his skull and he's like, I'm gonna be an edgy boy and just I'm a dog now.
I thought he was Russian.
Wendigo makes sense. He's a Wendigo lich, which is interesting.
Literally doesn't make any sense, dude.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, the Wendigo died. His body died, but when the Wendigo, hold on, I can piece this. Oh no, Chase, I can piece this together. Now,
let him try, Chase.
I'm going to do it.
Okay.
I'm doing it. Now,
okay.
When the Wendigo was human, he was a sorcerer, and he linked his soul to a magical artifact, one that is hidden on his body somewhere. Now, he turned into a Wendigo, and then died as a Wendigo. But the whatever foul magics that make someone a Wendigo.
Cannibalism.
Well, yes, like shamanistic.
Cannibalism.
Cannibalism. It's literally just cannibalism.
That make your body susceptible to evil spirits, however that works.
It's cannibalism and being cursed.
Those left
by
his
the
body,
spirits of
but
hate.
his spirit was linked to the dead Wendigo body. So therefore, he is a Wendigo Lich. Boom.
Mic drop.
Problem, Kenyatta.
But actually,
Let me hear the actually.
Well, here's the thing, man. When a person turns into a Wendigo, their body is technically dead.
Yes.
So
Their body
they're
is dead.
already
Now,
dead.
yes,
So he
correct.
can't be a Lich.
Yeah, yes, he can be a Lich.
No, he cannot. He's already dead.
Yeah, Liches are already dead.
I'm saying they're basically the same thing, moron.
No, the Wendigos are not Liches. Wendigos
They're
are
another
like
type
just
of
regular
undead,
undead. They're cursed undead. Liches are enchanted undead. They've
okay,
done it to
fine.
themselves.
Yeah, half point. But they're also not just normal undead. They're also ridiculously tough to kill.
Wendigos, yeah, they problem.
Yeah, you gotta torch them.
I think I've almost
If you're lucky.
fixed it.
And you haven't gotten the ones that are resistant to flame.
There's always one of those. There's always one of those jerks, isn't it? You think they're playing by the. You think they're playing by the rules, but they're not.
And at that point, you need a bone eater. Or whatever the hell that stupid demon is called. I can't remember.
A
It's
ghoul?
frickin' No, it's a Native American demon that, like, eats dead. It has this weird, unpronounceable name.
No, so it must be like Navajo.
Yeah, the entire point is it basically eats Wendigos.
You need that one thing that specifically eats Wendigos.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, where do we get one of those? Good question. I don't even know what it's called.
That's Red Garden too.
Secret of the
That would
Wendigos.
actually be frickin' interesting because that thing is, like, monstrous. Oh no,
Okay.
I accidentally created a plague.
Okay.
I am
back
Boot.
on
Who
track.
thinks it's still too early for Christmas music? Okay,
Yes.
tell you what. If it's after next week, it's okay.
What is next week? Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
So currently, it is still too early technically for Christmas music.
I gotta make some cranberry sauce.
Venom, please, please cooperate. No more messes. Let's just get this done.
What? What's wrong?
No more problems. I keep on running into layering problems. And I keep going back to fix it because I really want this to turn out well.
I am Boot again with the food Kenyatta. Okay, see, Thanksgiving is appropriate to talk about food because that's basically all the holiday is.
That is
Stuff.
very, very, very true.
This is taking longer than it needs to. Shame. But it's okay. We're gonna make it work.
I've been using that Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends clip for a lot of memes this week.
Oh, the I'm a cowboy one.
Yeah, the one with cheese. Yeah, I've been using it, using a lot this week. I sent it to my sister, and I was like, Red Dead Redemption be like, that's the cowboy game.
Red Dead Redemption.
If it ever comes out on PC, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna be a bit. There's no from Steam because it's like 112 gigs, I think. They're big. I Am Boot says I want pie. I do too. That sounds nice.
Ooh, pie sounds good right now.
It's hot in Topeka. What is that from?
Foster some for imaginary friends.
It's hot in Topeka.
It's hot in Topeka.
Is that freaking cheese thing?
No, that was Blue. At one point, everyone in Foster's went to the beach and intentionally left him behind. And so at some point he just sits down and starts watching the Weather Channel, and the weather person says something about it being hot in Topeka, and then he just starts saying it's hot in Topeka, and then he starts just like mixing the words up and saying a bunch of silly stuff.
I think the first cheese episode is like my favorite episode. That and the Trouble with Scribbles.
The Trouble with Scribbles.
It is a Star Trek tribute episode.
Oh yeah, Tribbles.
Yep. The episode on Star Trek is called The Trouble with Tribbles. Because it's brain. I Am Boot. They also have something like that in My Little Pony.
Do they?
I would watch My Little Pony if it didn't make me like 300 pounds heavier and give me a neck beard.
Are we talking about the Paris sprites? Is that what we're talking about?
What?
I'm asking I Am Boot if the Paris sprites are what is being referred to.
I do not draw a good dog skull. This just looks like a dog. So I'm gonna have his tongue hanging out like a good boy.
I should just start using Kenyatta's art and memes for my thumbnails for these streams from now on.
You really should.
And then people are just gonna it'll catch attention. It'll catch attention if nothing else. And people can appreciate Kenyatta's work more often.
Maybe I'll draw a halfway decent Ralphie.
Yay!
Yeah, that last one was the suck. Let me just say. It was, I don't even know what maybe I think I was rushing because I was like, oh, I gotta have the dank Delta Room content. And the professional people already had it done like three minutes after they finished the game.
Yep. Yeah, and I drew the Chris. Chris is gonna be another Nya-vember and
Crisp. Oh, hoy, Crisp. Hoy, Crisp.
Hi, Crisp. Temmy's going to school.
I already has a partner.
Hard-boiled egg.
They already made that joke in the last game. Temmy is proud parent. And he's like, it's a hard-boiled egg. Just like an Easter egg.
Almost. Okay. That's done. Let's shade a little bit darker now.
Oh, I want to do... I want to do... I want to do Ancient Magus Bride, abridged. But, like, I've never seen, like, one episode of it.
Yeah, so you're gonna have to watch it before I allow you to do that. I already know
a joke I'm gonna use. The consistent joke that's going to be used throughout the entire series of these abridged. Just a warning, they are slave jokes.
Okay, that works.
Like in the intro,
it's not like Chise was being sold as a slave in the first episode / chapter. And, yeah.
Maybe have her. They show her walking around with a chain on her neck and maybe playing the Django theme. Django. Will you ever love again? Just have an entire intro like the freaking, or just take the Django intro and like Photoshop her head onto it. He's walking around doing the intro. Yeah.
You see, if this gets you to watch the show, then I'm all for it, Kenyatta.
I still have to finish JoJo. I got distracted.
Where was the last place you left off? Was it still?
Man, I don't remember.
Was it Bastet?
Yeah, they smashed Bastet, and that was very mean. She was bae.
Yeah, she deserved it.
She was waifu, to be honest.
She thought.
She is a thought, but she's also a wife. She is a waifu. She is bad, as it were. Both figuratively and I suppose that would be also figuratively.
Dangerous levels of thought.
Yeah, that's gonna be great. I wonder if I can import video clips into Krita and just I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna see if I can do it with anything else.
I can edit small clips in Photoshop. That's where I get my memes. That's where I get my memes and my GIFs from. That's where we get me making the My Hero Academia what's the Infinity War GIF. I missed the opportunity to say I don't want a Bakugo.
I Am Boot says, I'm going to bed soon. Dank content still dank content. You, I don't know what she said. You and sick face too.
Probably Beshtet.
Bastet. Yeah. Being bad, being bae, being waifu. She would be a very bad waifu.
Because Dio is her type.
Yes. She's into the vampire thing. This is going to take a little bit of detail work. I've got the baseline for Seven Nation Army stuck in my head right now.
I wonder if I should just take a screenshot of the Django intro and just Photoshop her head on it and just like send that to you as the thumbnail.
As the thumbnail.
It would be appropriate.
It would be appropriate.
No. It's what? No, you do that, and now people have to watch to figure out what the hell happened.
Yeah, people have to watch.
I'll tell you what, Django is not for the your target audience. I'll just tell you that.
Part.
Well, no, it's not for her target audience. It's a little.
This is the PG channel, so or the relatively PG.
Yeah.
If I talk about things which I can't seem to keep my mouth shut about, then I will I'll have to like age restricted or something like that. Be like 18 plus material. As we don't. Okay, let's do the other ear before I forget about it.
It's fine, you can share him the stupid thing.
The joke.
Yeah.
Could you like
Sorry.
could you cut and paste it into the other chat because I'm still working?
Oh, right. Don't.
Remember, this is the joke we were talking about earlier, but since we brought up Ancient Megasprite again.
And the Django. And all that.
I'm glad that Tarantino does so many like still shots, so I can go in and replace all the lettering. Oh yeah, I'll replace scenes of him like gunfighting with a cowboy hat on. I haven't even seen this anime.
No, you haven't even seen this. Have I ever done that before? Have I ever been memeing animes I haven't even watched yet?
Yes.
No,
I believe it. What's an example? Can you think of an example right away, Chase?
Oh, I Am Boot is leaving. Goodbye, I Am Boot.
Good night.
Well, this is
Sleep
partially
well.
my fault, but JoJo, you did meme it before you watched it.
Did I? I mean, I believe it.
The only thing you did was the cherry scene.
Oh yeah, the cherries. I did mean it. This is gonna be good. Yep. It's okay. Venom is messy. It's okay for that to be the case.
Oh yeah, this meme is happening.
As much as I appreciate it, I'd still rather use the completed picture you mentioned earlier as the thumbnail, if at all possible.
Freaking keep drawing it. If I must.
Not that you have to.
I'll have to go back and get him. Oh, Mago's bride. Nope, wrong thing. I'm sketching it on paper first.
They're peepers.
The paper. I don't think Wendigos are entirely worried about cooking their food.
They're not.
No, they're not.
Not. I mean, the curse does happen because they eat
Cannibalize.
people. So I mean, I don't think people who eat people are regularly ensuring that the internal temperature is at least 90 degrees. I don't think.
It's fine with that. They like it raw. Oh God. Yeah.
Like daily conversations about SpongeBob. Like ever since we had that initial one.
Yeah, where you started looking up the episode list and stuff like that.
Yeah. I think I'll rewatch all the
Okay,
episodes.
so speaking of which, my sister and I, the day after we finished the Youmacon panel this year, we watched a couple of episodes to catch up with part 5, right? And at some point, we were watching it. We were watching our introduction to the gang, and my sister just says, "Hi, Bakio. You know, he's kind of like the Squidward of the group." And after that, the entirety of the rest of our conversations about JoJo Part 5 have somehow managed to be connected to SpongeBob ever since then, and it has made it 100 times more entertaining to watch, because now we're
I
just
thought you said Bakugo, and I thought My Hero Academia.
No, Bakio from JoJo.
I
Bakugo
see.
is not who I would associate with being Squidward. Who would be Squidward? I don't know, but the point is, JoJo Part 5,
Oh!
if I was gonna make a
Bakugo Ida.
parody... Yeah, poor Ida.
Yeah, Ida's Squidward.
I want to say Ida's too nice to be Squidward.
Aizawa.
Aizawa's Squidward! Eraserhead is Squidward. Speaking of which, his English voice actor, Christopher Waitcamp, I mentioned this to Kenyatta before, but he's running a Dungeons & Dragons podcast, and it's really fun to listen to. I shall be sure to post the link in the chat, because I've been listening to it, and it makes me laugh. It's really funny.
Oh, my art style is so weird. Why is it so weird? Oh no! She looks like my pariah character. In my art style, she looks exactly like my pariah character. Oh, we can't have this.
Oh my god.
I mean, if I got the time, I could always draw this concept as well.
Ah, I got it. I just gotta change the hair. Give her like a facial expression. Because Dot does not have a facial expression.
Yeah, your pariah's name is Dot.
Harry.
Yeah?
The ding.
Like Animaniacs. I don't know why it came to me.
Wait, I don't get it. I don't get it, Chase. I don't get it.
So that
Your
inappropriate
Ren Pie.
Yes.
And his stupid shrug.
Ah, okay.
Put that to this.
So that joke that you
Let's see if
sent,
I can find it.
is it endoskeleton based?
What?
Is it endoskeleton based?
I don't. What?
Is it a bone joke?
No. It's a joke about clams.
Oh. I see. Clams.
And diving for pearls.
Oh, you're spelling the whole thing out for me.
What are you talking about?
You're so innocent.
Today, I am way too good at sarcasm and hiding my intent.
Today I just sit back and continue drawing Venom.
Because Mary very clearly knows I know what I made my joke about.
Yes. I guess I just gotta make him kinda shiny now. Shiny goo. Shiny.
But Mary, a shiny Venom is white.
But then that was anti-venom, right? We discussed that earlier.
No, I meant this color.
Ah, okay. Shiny, shiny.
No,
No. That looks weird. Is the chat dead?
Mm-hmm.
The chat dead. Somebody dab in the chat. We need somebody to dab in the chat, please. Throw a dab in there.
Do we only have 2 people watching currently?
2, it says?
Does it say?
Well, that would be me. That would be me and Chase.
Okay, Chase, you need to dab in the chat. The separation is a little bit off here.
Dang it, there's a stupid color I'm trying to find. Ah, here we are.
Shiny Venoms?
Here. And that is not anti-venom.
Huh, it is in fact a shiny Venom.
The rarest of the Venoms.
Shiny. Okay, wait.
He's like shiny Pepe, and if you find him, and if you trade him, it will bring you luck. Back when Pepes were just rare Pepes and not political memes.
I feel like I missed something.
What you talking about? I know what you're
They're
talking
still not really political memes. They're just memes that people who think that the people who think they're political memes make to be funny. Harass the people who think they're political memes.
Yeah.
So as far as this is concerned, I can just do this.
Yes, Dot does not have pupils, so we're gonna
Give Jusei pupils. We're just gonna kind of.
No, let's not make her eyes round because she's more. I mean, she's kind of got dull eyes from being in bondage so long.
I can't see. I can't wait to see what the Funimation comments on the dubbed finale of Angels of Death are gonna look like tomorrow. That's gonna be interesting.
They died.
They didn't die! At least Zack's not dead.
Alright, Bray, it's time for us to live out our life where I will Oh crap. The impact must have snapped her neck. Well, I can't.
It's got one of those endings.
Yep. No, it doesn't. It has an open ending, supposedly, and they left out a bunch of details that they have in the game. So it's got to be like, oh no. But yeah, at the very least, Zack is not dead.
Whoops. I Spider-Man Gwen Stacy. I Gwen Stacy'd her.
That's horribly morbid. I don't know why I'm laughing.
Oh, Amazing Spider-Man 2, you suck so much.
Peter, aren't you a big physics guy? Don't you know what would happen? Oh, okay.
Yes, he is. But it all happened way too damn fast. It's kind of why you can't have Gwen Stacy be his girlfriend.
He could have, like, cast a net down there.
He was moving too fast.
He should have moved faster. He should have swam through the air. Haven't you seen cartoons?
You're right. No, you're right. He should have hit something and pulled himself forward. And web boosted himself forward. And then did the
I would have let her hit the floor. To be honest, there was nothing to.
Gwen Stacy is famous for dying.
Gwen Stacy is indeed famous for dying.
So yeah, you can't exactly have a storyline. can't exactly make her the girlfriend.
You're gonna have Mary Jane, man.
But then you have to have a good Mary Jane.
That's like my favorite name ever. The Scooby-Doo movie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like my favorite name ever. I bet it is, Shaggy.
Oh, remember when that was supposed to be like a parody?
It always came across as a parody to me.
Yes, but then halfway through they decided, let's be serious about this.
Let's see if we can't fix this.
Ah, frick.
That's my favorite name ever. That's the best line in the movie. Oh, okay. I think that's a good Django. That's her name. That's what I've decided her name is. It's Django.
Okay.
And
But if you start talking about the movie Django, I'm automatically going to assume you're talking about Chise from the Ancient Meggy Spray from now on.
oh no. Well, no. It's Chiss. It's Chiss.
It's Chise.
Chiss. So did he like buy her as an assistant or like as a snack? Well, what's up with that?
She's.
It's the title of the freaking show, Kenyatta.
It's the title of the show.
Oh, so she's a mail order bride. Okay.
Pretty much.
Yeah, she's very special, magical. She's a very special magical being.
Oh, she's a magical girl.
Yep, she is
She
somewhat
can
of a magical
transform.
girl.
Can she transform?
Yes.
Should I just put in the freaking clip, Mary?
Yes.
Okay. Wait, what the heck? No!
Oh no, Chase is having a heart attack.
No! My everything!
He looks awesome. Here's Venom. Ta-da! Are you happy I put the spider? I added the spider! See? See? It's there now. And now I just have to figure
That's
out.
very nice.
Yeah, I like how it turned out. Now I just gotta do something with the background and clean up the lines and all that other fun stuff. Then yeah. Save the progress. Save the progress.
I drew her hair wrong.
It's okay, it's gonna take forever for the live stream to process anyway, so I won't be able to actually update the thumbnail until tomorrow anyway. Oh no, we're missing more lines. I want to be careful about that.
There we go. And she has bangs in her face. Okay.
Let's just fix everything.
Everything.
Did you are you missing it?
I had to turn off everything.
Cough.
There's your magical girl clip.
Okay, let's see. Let's see what we have. Chase. Oh no! You know what? I'm gonna call her Chase. Chase finishes her staff and flies. Flies. It's just gonna be Chase.
I hate you so much.
What's wrong with being a magical girl? I don't see the problem. I would dig it, to be honest.
Okay, Kenny.
If I got like a theme song that was like from like the 60s or something, that would be dope.
Secret
And my power is friendship.
Secret Asian
Thank you so much.
Yes, that would be my theme song. Secret Agent Man. And I would get my own. Okay, so you want to hear? Okay, speaking of magic, okay, you want to hear
Psycho Killer.
The funny the fan theory, right? You want to hear the fan theory that the new She-Ra is going to be a magical girl Ben 10 series. Ben 10 gets magical girl powers and transforms into She-Ra. Hold on, let me post a picture of She-Ra, and
I know what she looks like. I know what
she looks exactly like Ben. Hold on.
Where's the? So what is going on? What is wrong with the? For some reason,
Sweet Lord of God of high in heaven and above and hell and shit and fucking damn. Whoops.
That was your one PG-13 F-bomb, Chase.
That was a little bit too much for PG-13, Chase.
F.
Work.
Paying my respects.
Oh, here's the comic. Hold on. Somebody made a comic of it.
Comic of Ben 10 She-Ra. Okay.
You're unemployed. Like, what are you gonna do? He's like, yeah, here you go. I got you a new job. I don't know. That's borderline lewd. I'm not posting that. Okay, so
who the hell made the? Oh my God, no.
No, it wasn't Shad based. Don't worry about it. I mean, it looks like it would be, but it's not.
Go ahead and freaking post it.
I'll just post a picture of Ben 10, like, next to She-Ra. It's like... And other than the eye color, it's, like, exactly the same. Can't find a good picture.
There are dragons in the Ancient Magus Bride.
There are dragons?
There are dragons.
Yeah.
Big dragons and baby
Imagine dragons.
There are those too.
Is she a dragon? What? So what's her power? Like does she
Magic.
Magic. What kind of magic? Blood magic. It's blood magic.
No.
She's basically filled to the brim and exploding it out of her.
Yep. Just magic. She's a special magic sponge.
And all the things want her. Because she's got lots of magic.
The fairies love her.
And they want to take her away, haha.
You a spirit,
I want to
she's
talk to the plantation.
Yes. That's actually very true. Oberon is definitely just freaking Puck in that series.
Yep.
He's just Puck.
Puck?
Midsummer Night's Dream.
From X-Men?
No. Shakespeare.
Puck from X-Men is based off of the Shakespeare one.
Hmm. It is Venom.
Okie dokie. The rough sketch is just about done. I'll I'll try to take a picture of it. I have enough power so my phone won't lose its mind when I try to take a picture of it.
Oh no, you're staring into Shoggoth.
Become one with the iris.
There you go, Kenyatta, a reason to watch the show. And of course, they had Colin Clickenbeard voice her.
Mm-hmm. And Joel McDonald is Oberon.
Puck.
You know I'm never gonna remember to keep calling him that, right?
I'll be right back.
Okay. And yes. But watch, they reveal that he is in fact Puck.
That would be hilarious. And I would approve.
And that would be fitting. And then we'll go to the glorious Fop himself.
Ah, there we go. Venom.
Knock knock for the devil in Mandarin. Ba 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 da da.
I'll just go ahead and clean up some of this schmutzes in here. Here we go. Taking it too long to shade a monochrome character with a grass pink tone. Whoop, 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 whoop. Can I please nudge him? There we go. He be Venom. Now we gotta do something with the background. No need to change the lines a different color. Ouch. Ouch. Ouch.
Damon.
I'm back. I've arrived. It doesn't look. It never uploads correctly.
I can barely see it.
I like how it's looking so far, though. Ah!
Oh, no Venom. Oh, right, you don't want to get copyright.
Yeah. And also my ears.
It already happened. It already happened.
That's okay. If it did already happen, then I'd just go into my iTunes and... Oh, this is gonna take the frickin' ever, isn't it?
Whoops, my bad. I'm dumb. So sorry.
Spit happens.
And no, I'm not being apathetic. I actually am sorry.
The sentiment is appreciated. Let's see here. Where is... Yeah, this is gonna...
What are those noises?
I'm singing Venom from Eminem, from the hit motion picture Venom.
No.
Look, it's moving so slowly, oh my gosh.
From the hit motion picture Venom, the first step in Sony's Spider-Man universe without Spider-Man.
But the Spider-Verse.
The Spider-Man-less Spider-Verse. Next up will be Morpheus, the living vampire.
Yay, vampires.
And then Silk.
Silk, why are they doing Silk?
Because they need a Spider-Man.
Vampires. Look at the little
Even
blue
though
circle just
Silk
sitting
is
there and
just female
spinning.
Spider-Man. And Asian.
Watch it just sit there and spin in place. Too bad. I had a plan for that.
And bestial.
Let's see what we got here. We're gonna do that. We're gonna bring the size down a little bit. Looks like we're just gonna have to do this the careful way, because we do not have time to mess around right now. I've got like a lot of these to make.
You know what I'm surprised they didn't do?
Yeah.
For a stupid Venom movie, I'm surprised they didn't just do the Spider-Gwen universe.
Meh. I don't know much about Spider-Gwen.
It's just Gwen as Spider-Man.
Doesn't really sound interesting. Sounds like she's. It sounds like she's not dead. Yay.
Well, they do some interesting things. Like, Peter becomes a lizard. But other than that, it's okay. It's a concept. And it's better than what they did in the Clone Saga. The Gwen Stacy children, for some reason.
I wouldn't know.
This is starting to sound like a bad comic book plot.
Speaking of which, Jojo Abakio's backstory is definitely not Spider-Man's backstory.
It isn't. No, it 100% is not. Because Abakio's a dirty cop who got busted.
His partner got killed because he let a crook go.
Bakugo is a dirty cop.
He's not. He's not even a cop yet.
He's a hard-boiled cop. Going off the edge.
I think we've passed hard-boiled some time ago.
Yeah.
Well, I mean...
Just like I've passed radio silence some time ago. Wow. Yeah, I need to go.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Nighty, 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 night.
Thanks for joining the stream. I'll turn it off in a
You're
little while.
You're welcome, and I leave you with a knock-knock for the devil, and good night.
Bye. Might end up doing this tomorrow just because I need the motivation to keep working on these things. That does look fine, right?
Yeah. Looks great. It looks more than great, actually. It's pretty good.
Yay. I suck at backgrounds. I need to draw scenes more often. once again, I've been probably giving myself the excuse that no one's ever given me a reason to draw scenes. I'm a bad artist. Staying in my comfort zone and drawing Nya-vember. That's on the... Venom almost looks okay without the lines. Hold on. What do we got here? Just add a glow, just do it like that.
There we go.
Oh, that would be what I'm missing, wouldn't it? Okay. I forgot to shade the claws. You just gotta put a little bit of a shine on them, because they are sharp. Scary kitty.
Could a symbiote cat be declawed?
That is a good question. I think that the claws would just grow back.
Yeah.
Oh no. It's lagging. I do not like it when it lags. Well, there we go. I'd say that Venom is finished. It's about as good as he's gonna get. Let's see here.
You've accomplished.
I have accomplished. So that's
It's really good, actually.
3 out of the still like 12 that I have to draw for this project. Still, and then we're gonna keep on going after that.
Oh, so many.
Yeah, that's all I got more. Is anybody in the chat right now, or is it just one person watching?
Yeah, it says there's 3 people watching.
Yay!
Nobody commented in the chat.
That's fine. It appears that humans are present, though. Yeah, I mean, it's probably best to keep the signature down here in the corner, but I kind of want to put it somewhere else as well. Okay, so Venom is done now. Okay, chat, we're gonna be getting off soon, but if anybody wants to choose, I've still got 2 more guys to work on here. I've got a Kakyoin, and I've got a young Genji. We've got JoJo, and we've got Overwatch, 2 things which I both abundantly love. Ugh. First come, first serve. Which one should I do, if anybody wants to comment?
You should do Genji.
Is that your comment, Kenyatta?
No.
Let's see here. Let's just make sure we got everything.
420 no scope says that you should do Genji. I don't know who 420 no scope is, but they seem pretty cool.
Yeah, he turned out pretty cool. I like how Venom turned out. I'm gonna go back to him every once in a while. Kakyoin is more simple. I'll be able to at least get his lines done tonight, so I'm gonna start working on him. Even though I'm pretty sure I drew Genji first. Probably. Whoop.
It's just me watching.
And that's alright with me. The fact that anyone is watching is what keeps me from clicking into different tabs and getting distracted by stuff like YouTube and Pinterest.
Shiny objects.
Yeah, shiny objects in generally do distract me. I'm distracted by silly things like sparkles in the color purple.
Yeah, I should just do this.
I actually drew Elias last year as part of the Nya-vember thing. I only realized after the fact that instead of trying to put ears on a skull, I could have just drawn him with a cat skull instead of a dog skull, and that would have worked just as well. But it was too late.
Oof. Roblox death sound effect.
Whenever I get charge killed by Reinhardt in Overwatch, I always type oof into the chat. Because that just seems like the kind of time that you would say oof. I had no idea that it could be associated with Roblox.
Yeah, that's the death sound effect.
Nope, I just say oof because I just got squished between Crusader and a wall. Hear that? That's the sound my spine makes when it completely shatters. Even if you take him over the cliff, the charge kills are always worth it though. They're a lot of fun.
I agree.
Did they ever have a patch, do you know, where they changed the distance of how long Reinhardt can charge for?
Not sure. I might have. They might have changed that. Oh, boy. I could pick through all the change logs. Patch notes.
Oh, I was just tracking our conversation. Angels of Death is why we started talking about Gwen Stacy. I just remembered.
Ah.
How did Angels of Death actually end? You are totally supposed to take everything that happens at face value. We are in fact supposed to assume that Zack broke out of prison, managed to find the rehabilitation center despite being stupid, break through the window, bust the bars out of the wall, and break Rachel out of the rehabilitation facility. That is what happens, and you're supposed to just go with the fact that he managed to find a scythe along the way that looks identical to the one he'd broken the previous episode. It sounds dumb, but you're also supposed to take the fact that he's kind of superhuman at face value. You see, at the end he got arrested because he's a serial killer, right? And he was, and I quote, sentenced to death. His sentence ended up being capital punishment, right?
Mm-hmm.
And some people assume that means he was dead by the end of it. But if you're gonna use facts, if you're gonna try and inject logic into this series, you've got to realize that there is like an average of at least 5 to 10 years between somebody being sentenced to death and actually having their execution carried out. Because capital punishment is controversial. So on average in the US, capital punishment is, it takes a long time to actually carry it out because there's a really long appellate process, right?
Mm-hmm.
Also, we know for a fact that in theory, if Zack had been, intended to be executed before the final scene, then, got some bad news for you. The entire point of one of the characters, Floors, Kathy, she plays prison warden, and all of her traps and things that she has are basically capital punishment. She's got a room for poison gas, one is like lethal injection, one has an electric chair, and needless to mention, Zack has survived all of those. So, I mean, I suppose the substance that she was using was different from what they used for lethal injection.
So
but...
what is Zack? Is he like a Reaper?
Nope, he's just a person. He's just a really messed up person. Supposedly. It's almost more interesting because they keep on calling him a monster because he's managed to survive all this crap. Right? But no, by all accounts, he's human. Not a smart one, but, if they tried to execute him in an electric chair, I'd think that he'd have the sense to pretend to be dead just long enough for them to take the restraints off and then, bust out of prison that way. In the game, they make it a bit more obvious because when he shows up on the windowsill, he's kind of covered in blood. And he's kind of beat up because the cops were after him. So again, against all theories that Rachel was hallucinating at the end, Zack was probably actually there. Because something broke in instead of breaking out. And the cops definitely showed up. Maybe I'm just venting this out now, when nobody's paying attention, so that I don't have to make a video about it tomorrow.
I'm paying attention.
But yeah, it's like a lot of stuff in this series doesn't technically make sense. You're just supposed to accept it, which is why I've chosen to accept that Zack broke out of prison, found another scythe, and his clothes from the time that they were in the building at the beginning of the series. And managed to find out wherever Rachel was while being pursued by the cops. And busted her out and ran away with her. She didn't smile at the end. He saw no smile. He's still waiting for her to smile before he can kill her. So guess what? They're not dead yet! I was even looking into like which states still have capital punishment and which state and how capital punishment is enacted in most states. I think that only 3 or 4 of them still use firing squad. Most states use lethal injection though. And the second
there are a few states, yeah, that do firing squad.
There are a few of them.
I think there's one that even does hanging still.
Yeah, there are a couple of them that still do hanging. I was looking that up.
Yeah, probably the southern states, like Texas.
Yeah, for most of them, it is lethal injection, which again, Zach has more or less survived several poisonings. It's gonna be one of those Rasputin-style things. You think he's dead. You try a bunch of different ways to kill him. He's still alive. Oh no. Maybe it's just that anime rule that idiots don't die.
Kenpachi Zaraki.
Very possibly.
Okay, well, I'm drawing another one, and it's turning out funnier.
Okay.
Because I couldn't get a good copy onto my computer, and it was making me quite angry. So. Chicken scratch with this stupid drawing. I hate using this. Wish I had like a Cintiq or something. But that costs you lots of money.
Many shekels.
Many monies. Many dollars. Many pesos. Many pesos. Oh, she's looking like Frisk. She's looking like Frisk, I don't know. Let's unfrisk her a little bit. Unfrisk. That sounds so dirty. You give her a little bit of
Is the non-existent chat still behaving?
Yes. Oh, there's another watcher. We got 2 watchers.
Yay! It's Chase staying up past his curfew.
Green text, Chase having a curfew.
Drunks sucks. There we go. Sentenced to death does not mean executed.
He didn't do nothing.
He admitted to his crimes. It's funny because he's got this policy that honesty is the best policy is his policy. He hates liars, so he'll never tell a lie himself. So when the cops were asking him, okay, did you kidnap the girl and kill her parents? He's like, no, I didn't kidnap the girl and kill her parents. Okay, what about these other allegations from before that you were serial killing people? He's like, oh yeah, I did that. Those people had it coming to them. For what? They were just being happy, that's all. But in the game, he was given on charges of I gotta check that out. On charges of kidnapping and murder, he was sentenced to death. Which again, you'd have to base that off of the fact that you'd have to not believe him when he says he didn't kidnap the girl.
So he's a serial killer who kills happy people.
Yeah, happy people make him mad. Honestly, I'm not even sure. Is it just the fact that, like, that he doesn't even really have an MO? Like, he just, like, was killing people. Like, you know, serial killers have a pattern. Is it just the knife wounds and the slash wounds on the body? Is that the pattern they were looking for?
Yeah, well,
Because there's a difference between murder and serial murder.
He uses a scythe, right?
Well, in game he does, but he got that when he was brought to the murder hole. The murder hole.
The murder hole.
The murder hole. He says that. He calls it a murder hole in the dub, and I think the dub is really hilarious. I'm gonna use clips from the dub to make people mad. Because I know there are still people out there who say, oh, dub cringy. I like dubs. Or at least most of them. I'm not going to say there aren't absolutely terrible dubs in existence. But they've been getting marginally
Let that
better.
child alone.
Now I'll probably finish the lines on Kakyoin and then go to bed. See if I can't fall asleep before 1 in the morning. And then work diligently on more Neckos. I got another request though. Somebody asked for Edward Elric, and I was like, yes, I can draw Edward Elric as a Neko. I look forward to doing this. Oh yeah, Jacksepticeye I started playing Deltarune, so I'm probably gonna watch him play through it. Markiplier is probably not gonna play it because he has a bit of a sour relationship with Undertale.
Oh. Well, he doesn't like Undertale?
Well, what happened was he was looking forward to it, but in his playthrough, he killed Toriel. You know, like how most people did. The first time they played. And, yeah. People started telling him he was playing it wrong, so he stopped playing it.
Well, he was playing it wrong. You're not supposed to kill the cute monsters. You're supposed to spare the cute monsters. Like the OCD washing machine. Washua or something.
Washua.
Washua.
I like that its name is Washua. Deltarune. Take your time, Toby. I'll totally be there to actually play the game this time, though.
I want it next month!
I drew Chris.
Me trying to explain how he could be a Wendigo and a Lich. I mean, it almost sounded. Have you ever seen Inception?
No.
Okay, so basically, Inception is a movie about this group of, I suppose you could call them mercenaries. Well, what they do is they go inside of dreams and plant suggestions in people's minds. Someone hires them, and yeah, they.
Oh, that is too bright.
It's like, oh, you need to go into this guy's mind and plant a suggestion in his mind. And in this case, they're trying to get him to ruin a company. They're trying to get this group to ruin a company. Anyway, South Park made a they did like an episode where they were making fun of Inception. And when they explain things, there was the other guy was like beatboxing, like doing really tense music, and that's what it reminded me. Okay, all right, so the Lich. This sorcerer, he was a guy, and he was a sorcerer, and he decided to make himself into a Lich, and then he got stranded and became a Wendigo because he had to eat people, and then he became a Wendigo, and then he died as because the magical item it purged his system of the curse, and now he's a Wendigo Lich.
Well, it's no less crazy than some fan theories out there, like the ones the ones that I will attempt to disprove tomorrow. I think that one of the reasons, or not tomorrow, let's face it, I'm not gonna get it done tomorrow. I haven't even scripted it yet, yay!
I'll help you script it.
You haven't watched the show.
Well, I can ad-lib. So, once upon a time,
Oh, okay, so there's the regular robes, and he's wearing like a dapper outfit underneath. Okay. Oh, I was confused on that.
Oh yeah, I brought up Undertale because now Death by Glamour is stuck in my head.
I love how Toby Fox anticipated what a certain slur that that somebody might use during the Q&A section of that fight. He's like, come on, you can't say that on television. For children watching, you get deducted points. It's like, oh, well, I see. You type in lake, because it gives you extra points.
Yep.
Certain slur. Call him a Canadian. What would be a slur for a Canadian? Syrup jockey.
Syrup jockey. Yeah, do we? I mean, I guess that Canadian is a slur in America, isn't it? What are you, Canadian?
What are you, a Canadian?
I don't think that there's actually. There probably are. Like, somebody's probably got a derogatory word for somebody from Canada.
Yeah, as I said, syrup jockey.
Syrup jockey.
With their bacon that's not shaped correctly. Their bacon is ham.
Did I do the shoes? I have not done the shoes yet. Almost finished, almost done here. For now.
It just looks like a dog now. Doesn't even look like a skull. It just looks like a dopey dog.
You should look up Elias Chitty.
He's just over here borking.
Almost done here for now. Miss that.
Okay, it's not a hood. It's like a veil almost.
Yeah, he wears it over his head sometimes.
What was that?
Yeah, he wears it over his head sometimes.
No, it's not a it doesn't function like a hood. It's more like a veil almost.
Mm-hmm.
Goes on the back of his head. Just weird. Almost like he's into Egyptian mysticism from like he's from the 1920s. Listen here, I'm gonna save you from slavery so I can use you as a sponge. All right here. I'm on the level. Don't worry about it. I'm not gonna eat you.
Reason
I don't
for
care what.
living.
Go ahead.
I said, reason for living.
What?
That's Tuesday right there. Reason for living.
Well, they use it like a sponge. Don't worry about it. We're gonna. What have you heard about Wendigos? They don't eat people. Don't worry about it.
Wendigo.
A Wendigo did not eat a lady, your baby. They're lying. Oh, that poor lady. A dingo did eat her baby. Oh, it's so bad. You know where that comes from, right? There was like a case in Australia where they were out hiking, and supposedly this dingo came and up and snatched this lady's baby, and she was like, my dingo ate my baby, and she was charged with the disappearance and probable murder of her child, and then they found the child's personal effects in a dingo den. Years later. So she was falsely imprisoned for telling an improbable story.
Oh dear.
When it actually did happen.
Why would you not believe that kind of story when you live in Australia anyway?
Yeah, I don't know. That's totally believable if you live in Australia. If I was told by someone who's from Australia that a kangaroo came up and punched him in the face, I'd believe him. Those red kangaroos are really mean. They will square up. If you look at them the wrong way, they will square us up. They will square us up. It's like, oh boy, here you come. And they all look muscular.
Yep, they're all ripped.
They all look like they just got out of prison.
They all look like they've been taking the JoJo gym routine.
What? Oh yeah, the JoJo gym. Yeah, they all look like JoJo characters. Yada yada. I think Stardust Crusaders is really balanced. I mean, the problem I usually have with anime, it's just like, oh, he's just going to get more and more and more powerful as the show goes on, and we're just going to have just the main character punching things to solve problems. He can't punch that thing hard enough. What's he gonna do? Oh, he's gonna have a flashback with his friends. Oh, he's gonna he's unlocked new powers because he had flashbacks of him and his friends. Oh, please. I don't know what that was. No, but in JoJo, if they can't solve something by directly punching it, they use their brains, and I love that. It's like, how are we gonna solve this problem? We're gonna cheat. Oh, okay, that sounds reasonable. We're gonna cheat.
Yeah, you would love Battle Tendency. You would love Part 2. When Joseph Jumpstar was a young guy.
How are we gonna beat this guy that literally has a son? Oh, I think he's behind that. I think that's a mirror over there. Let me throw a rock at it. Fight's over.
What? You mean that was it?
That was it. They just threw a rock at it. And they have the side characters fighting too, and it's great.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just, oh, JoJo's gonna have another fight this week.
Nah, it's Abdul and Joseph stuck together comically. Just magnetically stuck together.
Yep.
That is hilarious. I don't even care. Oh no!
Well, I think that I've at least got to stop the stream for now because I finished the lines on Kakyoin. Let's look at Venom one more time. Oh, he looks cool. Okay. Almost as if I almost thought that it was going to disappear, like I hadn't actually done it. But here we go. We're working on Kakyoin. I guess he'll be next. And then, yeah, I'll finish that up. Well, that's the end of the stream. Thanks to anybody who's tuning in, and if you're watching this later, I hope you figured out why the thumbnail looks like it does. Work on the thumbnail, Kenyatta.
I'm working on
it. Anyway, good night, stream. Maybe I'll be back tomorrow.
Not everyone.